Oh, thanks, Shaya. That's true. Shaya might have tipped me today. Can you guys see my screen and hear me right now? You guys good? All right, right there. All right, cool. So you guys, let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm gonna stream as well. If any of you guys could go out there, if you're bored, just check out on Twitter and let me know if it's coming through all right. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get there. There we go. All right, so we're on now live, and let's go ahead. So let's go over today and see what's happening so far. Over here on the left, we're going to start with the futures ES.
Mhm.
And don't forget to mute, please. All right, so far, one thing that I am interested in as far as the daily, like I said this morning, is the 4-hour 9 EMA. You can see that we did pull back into this 9 EMA at 35.1126. We did start to go bid. And as we move up here, we do have an inside and down candle. Price really at the end of the day needs to get above the line in the sand. If not, I expect it to drift kind of sideways to down. And again, if we for some reason close underneath the 35.11, I would be looking for price to move into the target here on close around 34.99. Again, as I said this morning, this is all noise. Okay, this entire area right here. All right, so if I were to put a block on this, this is all noise for today from the big move up. So more or less just a digestion day. You can see that. And if we were to measure right in here, you would note that probably we've only pulled back about 23%, if that. We're going to measure from the pivot low here into the pivot high. And you can see, yeah, we're not even close to 23.6. So super bullish still as of right now. This channel, the 23.6, is confluent also with a lower time frame, not the 4 hour, but a lower time frame, I believe 2 hours. We have some candle structure here showing that there is demand there. So again, if for some reason the market starts to go ask, meaning not bid, but ask underneath this 9 EMA here, I'd expect price to drift into here on close. Okay. As of right now, again, all noise unless we can get above the pink line or if we break down below this yellow box. Very straightforward. Wow, Shea, it's pretty awesome, dude. Good job, man. It's pretty impressive. It's like a salary right there. All right, so that's ES futures. Let's go ahead and go over some of our trades. DIS, I sold this morning. And honestly, looking to trade right here, but you all know I had the internet technicians over and we were all trying to figure out how to make things a little bit better. I'll give you a little bit more of that story later on when I'm not live, but it was interesting, um, but fun and educational. All right. So far on Disney, what we've done is I gave you this blueprint before it happened. Price moved up into our target. This is where I sold this morning as we drifted lower. We pushed up into the accelerator, which is the green arrows, and this is where I sold this morning. And now we're starting to push back up. And remember what I said. All right. So basically, you're going to have profit taking, and then we want to see if the bulls are going to step right back in. All right. Let's go ahead and measure from this pivot low into the pivot high, and let's kind of see where did price pull back to. Most likely a nice bullish level, exactly to the 38.2. We can't make this stuff up. Okay, nice uptrend. They pulled it back into the 38.2. They kept it between what we call an ACDC, and we are still looking for that move up into 135. So I'm going to roll most likely here as soon as we get over the 131.60 and hold, then I'll be looking for the 135. Now, one thing I can do is go ahead and start, and I want to just show you that out there. So I'm going to buy a little All right, so let's go ahead and are you good now? Can you hear me, guys? We're good to go? Can we continue? All right, good deal. Sorry about that. A lot of woes with the internet this morning. Is crazy, man. So now we have another provider over because we're putting different parts of the internet in the house. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue here. So again, Disney, what I'm looking for is that ACDC into the ME. And so we're looking for this target up here at 135. Again, what I was saying is we have earnings coming in at or around 11:12 after market. So I want to come over here and I can see we have November 13th. And let's see, November 13th, the premium on these, give me one second. You're looking at about 37%. So they're jacked up a little bit. Again, the target that I'm looking for is 135. These are trading at about 355 to 395. I don't think it's going to take that much time. So I really am not interested in buying 31 days of time. Okay, that's just me. Matter of fact, I'm probably looking at if we can hold this accelerator here, I'm looking at next week at 135, which gives me just 10 days. And I'm going to come over here and take a look. And we are looking at those are about $1, so not too bad. All right, so I'm going to come up a little bit, but that's a Delta 28. I prefer Delta 40 to Delta 50. The Delta 40s are about $1.65 to $1.69. Let me go ahead and just show you how fast those live alerts are as well. If we could just bring this down, and I'm going to hide my members here. Sorry about that. And let's go ahead and move this right here. All right, guys, so I'm going to execute a trade here on Disney. And again, I am looking at the 133 calls expiration next week. Okay, and we're just going to do a really small starter here. I'm just going to pay up for what they're asking. So 167 by 170. Okay, I'm about to click the button. You can see it just got executed there, and there is the trade itself. Okay, and what we want to see on here for the rest of the day, I would like to see that the 4-hour 9 EMA is going to hold. And really, again, it's just the AC/DC setup. A couple different options for myself. If I didn't want the straight naked directional, I could be looking at buying a spread and that same day and looking at something like 133 and sell the 135. And the reason why I would do that is because again, the trajectory of this move I'm looking for here, but I'm also looking at the ME to be resistance. Okay, so if I believe there's resistance here, then again I could be looking at buying a spread, say the 133, and then selling the 135. And then again, Thinkorswim is great. It's going to give you that break-even price and let me know, where I start to make money. But basically, the idea is if this starts to move in the direction that I'm trading, I'm making money as it moves up into my targets. Let's go ahead and move on. Now, this morning, which was really incredible, and I know that some of you guys added because you reached out to me, was SPOT. So, although it showed that I had a small loss on that, I'm very thankful for getting my money back. All right. So, ACDC set up again. I didn't like the time frame on it. It just took way too long to start working. But overall, this is the same setup. I'm looking for this move here as long as price can stay within this range here. All right. It is moving up very nicely this morning at $9.15. Okay. And next target here is at or around 266 and above 266. We can find some selling pressure in at around 273. A break above this formation here, so around 277, really accelerates price into 286. I've been waiting for an upgrade myself on Spotify, and I may buy some more time here and just want to see how we settle for the rest of the day within the accelerator and decelerator. Let's go ahead and move on. And let's go ahead. So AMD, let's check on that. We added to that position a couple days on that pullback, and now those are looking good. So we're in between the AC/DC. I put these up just to see how much they're going to get sold for if they were to hit past my first target. So that's just We're just looking for, what that looks like. And the reason why I place those there, it looks like $1.40, but we have this inside and down. That's right before the ME here. Okay. And again, that would be at about $1.40 if we wanted to trim there. All right. So everything's looking really nice so far on AMD. Let's go ahead and move down as well. And let's get into Facebook. So we're already up 20%. I just took this trade. And if we come down here, I just want to show you on, this was a complex order. So we just pay attention to these. These are right here, this section right here, complex options. So this is where all my spreads, butterflies, all that fun stuff. And if you come into here, you can see we just jumped into these. So what I did is I bought the October 30 295s and I sold the 300s. And this is a potential earnings run that I'm looking for between 295 and 300. And you can, between the difference of these prices is how much I paid for that spread. So between these two, right here. Not very expensive. I think I got this for $1 and some change. All right. All right. So that's AMD. Let's go ahead and move down. J&J. Let's talk about J&J really quick. So this was a earnings play, and it worked out very nicely. So I went ahead and already sold the downside. And if you remember yesterday's earning trade for this, so everyone can see, okay, was right here. We had the call side and the put side, and I bought buy to open the debits, and I went ahead and sold these for profits. And now this trade is gone. And now I have this trade for 2 weeks out. So far it's working very nicely far as that goes. Okay. Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? John says he can't hear me. I'm not sure what that is. The volume's on here on WebEx, and then let's see down here. I can see that my voice is coming through on Discord as well. See Pac-Man, yes on Discord. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's try it one more time, okay? Give me 1 second. We'll stop sharing. And let's end the meeting. And then I'm going to make one more link. Let's let's just try it one more time. How's that? You guys go ahead and get yourself in there again, and let's see if that's going to work. All right, we good? Yeah, it's so much easier, Smith. It's so much easier if you guys just listen on Discord. Seriously. Yeah. All right. So again, J&J worked out very well. This is where we are. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick up from here. So what I really love about earnings, what a lot of people don't understand is if you have the greatest levels, and they do work, and we do have the greatest levels here at Trendy Trading, is, we are literally we are trading the outside of these, but we're buying to open. And it's okay. I mean, you can sell to open as well. But what we find is when we have great levels, they really work out. And what I'm looking for in most cases is paying anywhere from $50 to 100 and getting somewhere between a 2 and 5x return. Okay. So again, what we're looking for is price to come into 149 by 147. These are the puts that we bought. I'm going to go ahead and show you with color how that worked out. So I bought a 149 and then I sold the 147. I bought just this week for the pullback. Price pulled back into here. I sold those. Now we have these left, and I bought these for 2 weeks out. Okay. If you would, please make sure your mics are muted. All right. There we go. All right. So 2 more weeks for this to develop. And if J&J for some reason goes bid, we'll be looking for price to move up here. And this is where we will sell the call side. This is the way that I like to trade earnings. I do very well doing it this way. We've done, you guys are watching, right? Everybody's watching. I believe that our hit rate on these are, I would say, at least above 80%. So not bad. And the days are over where you walk up to the screen and you go, man, you know, me and my dad, we went to HD Home Depot like 10 times this weekend, and every time I went there was tons of people at the register, right? And so you go out and you buy a call and you pay 100% for the premium. Ridiculous. And then Home Depot goes down and then you're pissed off because you just lost a bunch of money. So we don't do that. We just find levels and we trade around those levels, making it pretty straightforward. All right. So there's J&J. Let's go ahead and move down. Lulu. Lulu, I sold at T1. Okay. And this was a roll. A very nice trade. I'm not sure if you're on, Jared, but if you are, now you're out of the doghouse. You should be able to come see me, right? Oh, you sold. Good job. Very nice. This was our setup. It worked out very well. So not only did we hit our target, I sold right underneath the accelerator, so we are out of that position as well. But as you can see, this is a AC/DC, okay? So the bigger trade here is actually this pink line, and you want to always be paying attention. Again, let's go over here. We're going to put Lulu in the weekly, just so we can get an idea when the earnings is. Okay, and you can see earnings is around not until December. So you got quite some time, which when we have quite some time and the market's been moving up, I'm probably only looking at about for a 50 to 61.8% extension of the down range. All I mean is this is a down range. Once it went round here and above the trendy edge, I'm looking for the move into around 50 to 618% of this move, which is probably right around that 361. So 356 to 361 looks really nice. A blow off out of there, though, you're looking at 387. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I have LUV, which is down right now. And what I did was I sold half of it for a loss yesterday. And the rest of it, I'm just going to hold on for the rest of the week and see if we can move upwards into and around this pink level up here. Now, again, the stop for me is going to be under 38.52 on a close of the daily candle. Not a 4-hour candle, not a 10-minute candle, but a daily. All right. And then moving down, I went over SPOT earlier. And then SPY yesterday, we absolutely killed that. Sorry, Jennifer. I know that we should have sold at 600%, right? So our SPY went up, just so everybody knows, and we trimmed several positions all the way up. And I told the team, I left one runner on there, super inexpensive, just to see if I could hold. And we hit 600%. And by the end of the day, that one runner went to zero, which is no big deal when you've trimmed 5 or 6 times. So not a big deal. All right. All right, and then moving down here, Zynga, unfortunately, this is not doing well either. I believe this was a roll. I made money and then I bought some more time. I have the 950s. So really, it's on its last leg here. I'd like to see this level hold and then a push back up into 971 towards the end of the week and perhaps 10. All right. And let's see here. We went over RKT. I went ahead and I trim that right on open. And then JMIA, we made money on as well. So we trimmed, I believe, from 350 close to 4. Let's see, Omer. So on Disney, those are what we're looking for is the same thing. ACDC, man. We're looking for 135, the ME. And I don't want it to break down below the decelerator, which is around 127. And let's see here. Let's go down the list. You guys want to know about BABA? All right, nice little move today. I want to look at the higher time frame. Actually, I'm gonna stay on the 4 hour just because it's a tad bit extended over the daily and the weeklies. But the 4 hour, you can see it's respecting very well. I told you today for most of these trades that the 4 hour was the go-to, and it has been. So in many cases, price has pushed up and then come back to retest those 4 hour 9 EMAs. And so we want to see if those can hold. If they don't hold, what's going to happen is I'm going to put the ES over here, folks, so you can see it. And let's go ahead and go into I'm just going to do 4 hour on this as well, just like this. All right, so same thing here. I'd expect if we were just going to kind of flag here and this 9 EMA does not hold, like I was saying earlier, we could creep back down into these levels below. And same thing here. So you got this little flag going towards this. Give me 1 second. Sorry, right in here. Okay, ascending. You can see that very straightforward. It's in line with the EMA. And if we break down, I'd expect this to come back down, BABA into 300.61. However, if the market for some reason gets the catalyst and starts to move up, again, I think it's a digestion day, which is the best days, to get away from the screens. Just do your set and forget trades. But let's go ahead and get you an extension target. I want to look at from the last breakout up. So I'm going to use this ME here into this pivot high. And then I'm going to get my targets here at the 23 and the 50. All right. So targets being around 312 into 316. But again, if we break down, I'm looking for BABA to come right in here around 300. All right. And if price comes down into here, then you may see me do something like sell some put credit spreads or something like that. All right. All right. Let's look at Apple. Do they have an event today where they're actually like broadcasting, or what are they doing? Okay. Got it. And when does that start? Is that soon? This thing better be nice, 10 a.m. Is it not 10 a.m.? Oh, it's almost 11 here. All right. Okay, gotcha. So I still have about an hour and 15 minutes. All right, so inside candle forming on the 4 hour, inside and down. Matter of fact, coming down into the 4 hour 9 EMA. Once this candle closes out, I'm curious to see if it can hold in here and then maybe into the event itself. So watch the 4 hour 9 EMA. All right, no matter what it does it close above? And if it does, you probably get just a little pushback and then another move towards the event. Now it does look range bound for right now. And if you remember, we set these two targets up or alerts this morning. It is wide, but like I said, this is all noise between here, between 127.34 and down here at 120.66. You can't say the levels don't work. We came up, it looks like we almost tapped into that and then right down here as well. All right, again, just noise on a further continuation move, and it's just holding a certain percentage of that move, so things look fine. All right. All right, you guys want to cover anything else before we set and forget? DKNG? All right. You can see here, John, it pulled right back down into the trendy edge and the accelerator and went bid. All right, that's what we expect. All right, so neutral right now between these lows at around 49.40 and 51.32. So this whole entire area, if I were in this trade, I'm really not concerned about it unless it breaks above, here. This is short term, by the way, right? And then this one right here, right? Just like that. So you get into these mid-afternoon time frames where it's kind of, the doldrums of, you're buying, some of your positions are pulling back or whatever. Remember, you want to trade a process, and that process means you know where your stops are, where you want to enter, where you want to exit. You understand where your time frame is, and you want to respect that time frame and stay in the right time frame and have the right mindset for that time frame. So many traders want to come in with small time frame mindset, but they want to reap the benefits and the rewards of swing trading, but they're not ready. They're just not ready. It's like going out and playing football for a little league, and then all of a sudden you want to go, be the running back for the NFL. Like it just doesn't make sense, right? So you guys all have to get and practice to be better so that when you get to that time frame, you can handle it. All right. Let's go ahead and take all these off. Clear drawing set. Roku, very nice candle this morning. Let's just kind of see what it did. All right. It pulled back into the 9 EMA. At some point, it did go bid. And when I'm looking at this, I want to draw this line here. Okay. And you can see right here, it didn't quite make it there. It's kind of interesting that it didn't make it there. All right. And then we need an extension target from here because I believe it is at all-time highs. All right. This is pretty extended here. But I want to measure this just so we can see what happened. Almost to the 23.6. Okay. From a weekly perspective, I'm going to take this area right here, right where we had this inside candle and then up. I'm going to take it from the gap and I'm going to come into this high and I'm going to get some targets. And right there and right there. Let's see, I got some alerts going off. T-Doc price alert is at or above 233.99. All right, so let's see how well these targets work. So this is pretty straightforward. You want to do this before the trade actually happens, but somebody asked me to look this up. So once we get over the 228, you're looking at going long into targets, stops underneath where you're comfortable, and then again, looking for 231.5. Okay. I know a lot of you guys out there too are pretty pumped up about RH today. I've seen that on Twitter here and there, and then some people, it's probably spilled over into the room as well. Just put a shape on it. You can see right there what's going on. Okay. Nice little break, but notice the trend line keeps working over and over. So not my favorite setup, but guess what? Can anybody tell me what happened on RH? You guys see that? John, you haven't been in here for a minute. What do you think happened there? Where was the best place to take that bad boy? Can you see it? Okay, so right here, trendy edge and the accelerator. Price came down, it went bid. That's what we look for. Prices above, we look for it to be support. Prices below, we look for this to be resistance. Simple as that. Okay, we'll teach you all that fun stuff here soon. WMG. All right, WMG. Warner Music, nice. Okay, nice, man. Well, look at that. Accelerator just broke. This is a AC/DC. Not only that, but you can see if you're into shapes, let's go ahead and clear this drawing set really quick. All right, what do you think we see here? I mean, to me, it's pretty evident, but you could do, something like this if you're into shapes, right there. Okay, you can see it broke. And what I'm most interested in after we have a break is did price come back and test? You know, and maybe on a smaller time frame it did. So what you could do is drop this down. Let's go to 1 hour and let's see on that initial break did price come back and test. So right here was the initial break. Okay, and you can see. Let me just go ahead and zoom in for you because a lot of people won't catch this. The initial break is either here or here, and then notice this candle came back and tested. So I like that. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing is look at the retest of the 9 EMA and the trendy edge. Notice we have an inside and up. We move over the accelerator. As long as this area holds, we're looking for 29.65. Cool? No problem. All right, so some of my long-term positions, I just want to go over those with you guys real quick, or because this was before we went to the live alerts, but a lot of this has been done on audio. I have the Walmart 160 by 185 calls for January 2021. Let's go ahead and take a look here on the monthly chart. Getting pretty close, by the way. All right, especially when we're paying attention to the monthly. I'm going to give you the bull case and the bear case here. You know, we have this inside and up formation and moving very nicely. I'm not a big fan of this base candle, but we are continuing our move up here into the targets that I have selected at 145.65. So we're hitting that target, and that's what I just got my alert on, by the way. We did come into my neutral area and we went bid as I expected, and now I'm looking for 147.62. Once we get out of here, because this is such a longer trade for me, and I also have March calls of 2021, I think, yeah, 2021. I'm looking at this range here. All right, and so I want to give you extension targets off of this. So I'm going to use monthly candles when I'm dealing with options, 6 months, a year out, and so forth. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to double click, and this is what I'm looking for. 23.6 extension into the 50 at least. And so you can see this captures my January 21 160 by 185s. Okay. And again, I can manage that as we get closer. I could just buy back the shorts and keep the longs. Just kind of depends on what we're going to do up here. All right. But I would expect this candle to possibly, do we have earnings coming up? Not till November, possibly just kind of stay within this wick. We'll see. So my alert though, where I start to get sort of happy, is going to be over that wick. All right. And which one is that in? Oh, airline and cruises. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, that's all I'm going to review for right now. I'll come back and check in a couple hours. Let's see what's going to happen at that Apple event. That would be really nice if somebody surprises us and something cool comes out for once. But anyways, I look forward to catching back up with you all here shortly. Enjoy your afternoons, and I'll see you soon.